Hey everybody, and welcome back to the next part of Let's Play Fez, which is post-commentary because I'm stupid and I forgot to switch the settings back. Because basically in big rigs, it's like, oh, you can't just record Fraps and your audio from Fraps all at once. You have to use Fraps combined with Audacity because it's like really weird to record, really weird to help. That doesn't matter. The main point is I was like recording this episode of Fez earlier, and it was like, oh good, I'm recording Fez, and it's like, why is there no audio? I had Fraps set to record audio. What's going on? And it's like, Spyro, you recorded big rigs, and big rigs required you to have a different setup, and it's like, oh, yes, it did, and I didn't change it back. Whoops. So, yeah, that was the thing. Forgot to change the audio back, and now this is kind of post-commentary. But you know what? That's okay, because that allows me to do updates. It allows me, because, you know, like, I will never be able to say my thought processes in what's going on screen right now. You know, I guess there is me jumping to get a box over there to get a cube, but there's no real way of what's the word? I was going to say recollecting, but it's really just remembering. There's no way of remembering what I was saying in this video, because in this video I was kind of distracted, because first of all, Icy Rings. Sometime in this video you will see Skype come up, and you will see Icy Blade calling, and it's like, I'll talk to you in a minute, Icy, I'm just recording Fez. And as I say that, he, oh, I just realised my mouse was on screen as well. Oh, that's bad. But yeah, as I say I'm recording Fez, I look away because something happens, and he says Fez 2's never coming out, so I missed that joke. But anyway, a derpy-ass bird hit my window, like, I said I'm just recording Fez, and he's like, Fez 2's never coming out. That I didn't see, because all you hear in the original audio, which you'll never hear now, which is unfortunate, you just hear a big dunk, and it's like, what was that? Did you guys hear that? And apparently, like, in the audio recording that it didn't record, you know, like, God, how can I explain how Fraps works? It's weird, because like you'll see the bar going up and down, and you'll think that it's recording your audio, but that was just, you know, saying that there was I was talking over the game music audio, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. The main point was I even saw the like audio bars go gadunk as the bird hit the window, and I was like, what was that? What was that? And I took my headphones off and I went over to the window, and it's like, dude, a bird has just hit my window. And now it's like staggering around a little bit on the roof next door because it's a dozy ass bird that didn't watch where it was flying. So that was fun, but yeah, we get another cube here. Wow. And that took us up to 15 cubes, or 15 golden cubes, which is good news for us. So yeah, after the dirty ass bird hit the window, that was kind of where the entire episode went, because I was kind of playing, but I was also like just kept checking the window, like, is that bird okay? It's like it's still just on the roof, like staggering about. Dozy ass didn't watch where it was flying. So that was kind of the intention of this video, but unfortunately we'll never hear about the adventures of Dozy ass bird. So we'll just do some updates instead, because I've got a few messages which I can read out, mainly to do with Let's Plays. Like, I had a lot of people messaging me, mainly on DeviantArt. Which DeviantArt am I not using right now? Hold on, I've got to see which DeviantArt I'm not using, because I don't want to delete some of these tags that I've got open. I'm not using this tag, that way I can read my messages. So, you know, I got a few messages from people, like, asking about Let's Plays, and one was when it's just a second. Alright, I've got all my messages up now. Sorry about that, it took a while for me to grab them up because I do have to wait for pages to load. But yes, one was, when is Spyro Year of the Dragon coming out, or brackets, play more Spyro. So it says, Dear Spyro, please play more Spyro on your Let's Play channel, brackets, the next one in the series, Year of the Dragon. And to that I say, Year of the Dragon is quite a special one, and it's going to take quite a lot of effort to put together, because I do have a gimmick for Year of the Dragon, and I was like, oh, I can totally do this. This is, you know, this is something that's interesting, but it's going to be a big thing, and I'm like I'm umming and ahhing because I don't want to spoil it. Like, Year of the Dragon I've had planned for about a few months now, and I'm like, oh, because I don't want to spoil it, and I don't want to say one thing that would give it away, and it's like, oh, I've just let it slip. So I was like, oh, I could do this, and I could get this thing. Is involved the right word? And I talked to a few people, and they were like, you know, just like people that make my title cards and stuff, like the title card that you see at the end of Fez, made by the beautiful Takuya Raw, and I was talking to people about title cards and things, and it's like, can you do that? And it's like, yeah, I can, that's going to be possible to do, and it's like, that's going to be awesome then. So, Spyro Year of the Dragon is coming, but it's going to be a while, and I'm also going to finish off a few Let's Plays, which we'll get back round to, because there is another question about, you know, PlayStation Let's Plays, because I've been playing a lot of PC recently, but I'll come back round to that. So next off is Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity, which Mecha Azora has, where is my friend over here? Mecha Azora has said about Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity, and he is doing me a end slate like all the other end slates. He's like, dude, please let's play this, and I'll even like draw an end slate just to make you let's play this. And you know, I used to like Code Lyoko. I watched Code Lyoko on Cartoon Network when it was out back in the day. I didn't see it all. It might still be going. But Quest for Infinity seems to take place during the first, second season-ish, and those were the two that I watched, so I assume that it's going to be fine. However, it's on the PlayStation 2, and it's not that I can't record PlayStation 2, it's that I just can't find it whatsoever. I keep looking, and I keep looking. So if anybody's, you know, got Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity on the PlayStation 2, and it's the PAL version, that'd be great. And you know, if you can get in contact with me, I can try and get that off you or something. And I mean, I'll type in now, right? I'm on eBay right now because it says post commentary. Code. Hold on a minute. I need to bring this up. Right. I'll just see, because you know, maybe I've got the Let's Play curse, and now that I'm Let's Playing, I'll be like, oh my god, it's there, but I highly doubt it. So, Code Lyoko? Yeah, Code Lyoko. Quest for Infinity. And what are we going to get? We are not going to get anything on eBay again. So yeah, apparently the PlayStation 2 version just is non-existent. We get the Da Vinci Code and the Grail Code, but they're not the Code Lyoko though, are they? So yeah, if you can find me a PlayStation 2 version of Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity, then get in touch with me. So as for that, let's play Mecha Azora. Still looking, still got nothing, still trying to find it. So that's still on hiatus, still postponed, whatever you would like to say. Next up is a Let's Play. Ooh, should I reveal that one? Alright, someone replied, like they said this once, and they've come back to me again and said, I thought you were doing this. And I've now got the game, and you know who you are, and you know which game I'm talking about. And it's kind of like a running joke on my channel, and it's like, ooh, and here's where I was saying to Icy, you know, I'm just on Steam, just recording Fez, BRB, so there you go, Icy, who is portraying the display picture of Banana Jones, is on video for you. But yes, he re-messaged me saying, I thought this was gonna be a thing that you're gonna do. And to you, I did find the game, I did get the game off eBay. The game is now in my possession. It took me a while to get it because, like Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity, it was quite rare. It's on the GameCube, and I could get an end slate drawn up for it. Yeah, that's a good point. So I was just actually thinking to myself then, this is how I'm going to record it, and this is when it's going up. But good point for you reminding yourself, Spyro, that you need to get an end slate for that. So we did find a secret door here, and this was a chance to test whether it was like the Banjo-Kazooie Warp Cauldron thing. And this indeed did confirm that it was the Banjo-Kazooie Warp Cauldron thing, because it led back to the Hall of Doors. And obviously, we found that door in the Hall of Doors before, but it wouldn't let us go to this place because we'd not been to this place yet. So the double cube doors, or the two little golden square doors, are like the Warp Cauldrons from Banjo-Kazooie, in which you need to find two of the same thing to basically open it. You need to find both of the same colour to create that linkway. And then we entered a whole new area. So yeah, I'll get an end slate for that Let's Play, which I should have done a while ago, but I've only just managed to acquire the game quite recently. And then now we move back to the last point. We're about halfway through this video, and we move back to the last point, which was, when are you going to do more PlayStation games like you used to, like Spyro? And it's like, yes, that's a good question, and that was messaged to me by quite a lot of people, not just one person, so I can't just say like, hey, Mechazora messaged me that. No, quite a lot of people messaged me this. And I'm going to be getting back to it soon. I think what I'm going to do, because I've got 3 Let's Plays on the go right now, which is Fez, Isaac, and Terraria. And what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to finish, I don't know. I'm going to try and finish 2 before I start, and here was me kind of having a panic attack because I only went through the door once and already like the antimatter from space started appearing over on the left there. But yeah, in terms of going back to PlayStation 1, excuse me, is this the full cube? Yes it is. So also, just before we continue, that's another full cube, wow, and we've got 16 golden cubes, so we found half the golden cubes in Fez, which is really cool for us. That's good news for us. We're halfway through finding the cubes, still only found a few anti-cubes, so they're the harder ones that we're going to have to find. And so, I will try and get back on track now to this finish the Let's Play thing. I think I'm gonna finish Terraria and either Isaac or Fez first. It depends which one comes first. Isaac, see, it's got this thing of Isaac's an easy game to finish, but it's random chance, and it depends on whether I have the skills to win every single run, depending on what items the game gives me. With Fez, it's a complex game, you know, some of the puzzles are very difficult to solve, but if you know what the puzzles are, it could be short. So it's a mix-up, but I'm going to finish 2 PC games, and then there's going to be no more PC games. Like, after Terraria and Fez and Isaac, the PC games are going to stop or decline, and my PlayStation games like Year of the Dragon and Code Lyoko, if I can find it, are gonna go back up so that I've got more like console games, like, as I say, Year of the Dragon. But in saying that, you might be like, well, what happens when Isaac Rebirth comes out if you've not finished any of these 3 before? And there's Isaac 7 Fez 2 and coming out, screw you Isaac Blade. What happens if Isaac Rebirth comes out, or before, or Mugenics, before you finish any of these 3? And it's like, you know, you're gonna have 4 PC games on the go, and it's like, yeah, you're right. So, you know, if that happens, I'm not sure what to say. If it doesn't, then, oh my god. I think I just see something in post-recording here, where you see the twirl, like, if I rotate again, you see how there was, like, a key on that cube? Like, there was the shape of a key and symbols. I think I might have just found the combination to the bell. Oh my gosh. So, actually, you know what? I'm glad the audio disappeared, because I wouldn't have noticed that, and I saw a secret door in there as well. oh my god, I'm finding all of this stuff post-commentary. I think I found the combination to the bell, and I think I saw a secret door in that other room. Places that I would not... There, do you see the key combination then? So, yeah, I'm finding things I wouldn't have found if I hadn't have done post-commentary, because I would have been, like, listening to the audio through, and then it would have been, yep, that's alright, the audio's good, it's all synced up, let's just save it and upload it, and I wouldn't have noticed that stuff, so that's pretty crazy. So what I'm doing here is I'm activating the warp gate again, so we've activated the warp gate in the, basically this builder's yard, I guess, because it's not finished, because of all, like, the metal scaffolding. And it's like, I'm going to activate this warp gate, and then I'm going to activate it in the Spooky Scary Skeleton world, because there is an achievement for linking every single warp gate up, and I was like, well, we found the warp gate, so before we go exploring everything else, let's link this warp gate to the forest, and let's link this warp gate to Spooky Scary Skeleton world, and then we've only got 2 sides to solve. And I believe I warped back to regular world, I think it is, and in warping back to the regular world I see that we've got 2 complete, because the forest doesn't count. I was just making sure on myself that we'd got like 2 complete. And then I was thinking to myself, sorry, I took a drink there, and then I was thinking to myself, well, if we've got 3 complete, we can go off like over to this cube here and go down there, or we can like go up this tree and continue this path upwards to try and find the other warp gates, and that way we can just get the warp gate achievement. So in the next episode we'll go up and up, but continue going up in order to find all of the warp gates. Should we do that? And I was like, yes, let's do that. So that was my rationality for leaving. I didn't actually need to go to this one either. But that was my rationality for like leaving this builder's yard like area, in that I was like, okay, let's just go to the forest world and then go like upwards back to the thick jungle like area and just continue up that way and see if we can find another of the 5 warp gates. Because if we can find the other 2 warp gates, because we've found 3, we've found the forest, we've found Spooky Scary Skeleton, and we've found Builder's Yard. So if we can find the other 2 warp gates in the next episode, we can get an achievement, and then that's GG. And at this point I was also like, oh, how do I solve the puzzle now there's antimatter in the way? And honestly, like, the antimatter, I think it's because we've now got halfway to getting all of the golden cubes, but now the antimatter is becoming a real pain in the arse, like here. So as you can see, it's blocking where I need to jump, and I rotate it, and it's like, wait a minute, how am I going to do this? Because it's blocking my pathway. There's no way I can jump. If I jump, I fall down. So what am I going to do here? This is a tricky situation. I have to make some clutch jumps. Like, what I'm trying to do is jump just high enough to grab the vines, but not high enough to get killed like that. And I like grabbed it and rotated, and as you can see, that was kind of tricky. That was not easy to get just enough of the jump right to like land it. So the antimatter is obviously appearing at a rapid rate now that we've got half the golden cubes. You know, the world is starting to become more and more unstable as we collect more cubes and try and like bring the fragments together. And my recording just screwed up a bit there, so I had to. There was technical problems all over. I run out of space on the C drive, and I was like, "Oh hi guys, I run out of space on the C drive. I have to come back in this second part of this episode." So yeah, there was recording problems all over, but that's okay because we've discovered 2 things. We discovered what could potentially be the combination to the bell in that city, and look, again, I'm bouncing and the antimatter's appearing, but yeah, we potentially found a combination to the bell in that construction city, and we potentially found another secret door in the construction city where the antimatter was holding that cube bit in place. Now, speaking of antimatter, now you can see where the clutch jumping comes into play, because I'm having to rotate around the antimatter while on these bouncy mushrooms, and it was quite tricky. So I'm kind of getting worried, because if the antimatter is a pain in the arse now, and we've only got half the golden cubes, hell knows what it's going to be like in you know, in about 4 or 5 episodes time, when we've got close to all of the golden cubes, and we're also going for like a load of the anti-cubes. It's probably going to be a right pain in the arse, and there's going to be like entire screens completely filled up with black, and we'll have to navigate around by using the warp gates, which will be pretty bad, but that's okay. So this is the end of the episode, as you can tell by the length of the video, as I can tell by the length of the video. So we went into the tree. It's like, okay, let's just get away from that scary antimatter. I don't want anything to do with the antimatter. And go into this top of the tree, basically. We climb the tree. We reach the top of the tree. So in the next one, we will explore the city in the sky, because as you can see, we're above the clouds. And if you look up there is a chest up there, and if we rotate in a moment, you'll see that there's lots of buildings, and I still don't know what these do. Like Doc kept saying, all of these totem poles with little squares in. It was like, ooh, what are these for? And it's like, I don't know, Doc, I don't know. So yeah, as you can see, like, we're now in a floating city, and I was like, well, I can't get that chest yet because there's nowhere to jump. And we'll move to this big floating city, which is like a terminal, because there is... Oh no, there was something in the background there. But that was basically the end, though. It was like, okay, well, there's something there, and we made it to the floating city. I see doors, I see, like, a face that's got that double symbol, and there could be a lot of stuff, and no doubt that door might take us to... Oh my god, that's a warp gate in the background! Again, I didn't notice that, but just behind us, and we've not found that warp gate, but just behind us in that big city, there is a warp gate. So thank you, myself, past Spyro, because I've found 3 things that I wouldn't have found before, which is the key, the thing, and the thing. So I will see all of you in the next...